What's up, everybody? It is Ebontis. I am here with my Twitch chat right now. We are going through the trailer for Season of the Deep Live. So what I'm going to try and do now is kind of play it like in chunks where it makes sense. And then I'm going to do a couple breakdowns for you guys to go over some stuff that we see. So there will be some back and forth. I'm using like VLC. It's a free media player, but every so often if it gets like chunky blurry, I'll probably have to skip back and forward just a little bit. So just bear with me on that one, but I'm going to kind of give you a good playthrough to start, and then I'm going to go through a bit of the opening, but some of this is just kind of setting up the story, but don't know too much of what's going on, but there's some cool stuff. Mostly I'm going to break down like gameplay and weapons and things that you see later on. So I think that's pretty much everything introed out of the way. So here we go.
The witness has moved beyond our reach. All attempts to follow it.
That Titan is not doing good.
Guardians listening. This is Deputy Committee Commander Sloan requesting emergency support.
All right, so if you haven't been to Titan previously, like if you hadn't been playing for a hot minute, probably Beyond Light or onwards, this is Titan. So Titan is a moon, and the oceans are made of like liquid methane. So not the best for us to go swimming in, but apparently we're going to be doing that. But you've got kind of this like water rig thing going on. There was a cool archipelago, very distinct architecture, which I don't know if it's going to be there. It doesn't look like it's in the trailers. So I will be sad if that doesn't come back. But generally, you've got some platforms, definitely a hive and taken place that we've had before. Very much hive again. Probably going to see less Fallen this time around, it looks like here, unless they kind of mix up what's on the platform. But overall, fun destination. There was a cool strike here, Savathun's song. And Season of the Deep, so I will be... Oh, is it really? So, yep. Let's get this going still. So, quick run through. These are what look to be the basic armor sets that you get from, like, the season. Like, the ones that maybe sometimes have, like, the little seasonal perk for a little more of reputation or whatever it may be. Left side, you got the Hunter, and I'll show you the back side because they show you the front later. So the cloak is going to be the wispy cloak with those kind of lines. They all have these like taken tube pipes, probably for us to be able to survive the waters, the story idea. Middle is going to be your Titan, kind of your butt towel Titan mark is the one that kind of goes around the right hip. So that'll actually be an interesting one to see on other sets of armor, kind of as an odd accent. Depends on how that shades, but that could be minimalistic, which will be nice. And then the Warlock is on the right. So you got a couple tubes in the back of the head. The big tubes are across where like kind of the back of the robe or the dress would be. Weapons wise here, shotgun on the right. I still can't figure out what it is. It's got the Taken skin on it, which some of these old weapons from Season of the Drifter and like the Reckoning, I think that's what it was called. It was the like Gambit Prime opposite thing, but the weapons are in there. Hand cannon in the middle, pretty sure that's spare rations. Left side, I can't quite tell what this weapon is, but yeah, the Taken glow, usually that comes from like a Taken ornament. And I don't know if they're going to be doing the ornaments again, like you'd buy the ornaments for Bright Dust. They've done that previously, so that might be what they're doing here. That giant piece of whatever is crashed in, that was not there before. So this is probably what's going on and new. Whatever crashed in, sunk whatever was over there. This is going to be the new stuff. So here we go.
Sloan's position is 1 kilometer
down. So we are going to get our feet wet and not die, apparently. So that's fun.
down. Fire team, you are clear to descend. I am not leaving anyone behind again.
I just got to say the fact that we're like walking around on the ocean floor and not dead, kind of cool. Now, I know that's not going to change a bunch of other games where you can just go walking around on the normal ocean floor and not die, but it is methane water, so there's probably a weird story where it's either limited or I don't know if they're going to play into that at all. I'll be curious what they do with the audio because they've done stuff in space before where it sounds very empty. The muffling of water, firing guns, stuff like that, if you interact with water at any point with weaponry, should be interesting, but this is like some ocean floor thing. I was hoping for kind of an Abyss situation. Great movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it, so we'll see what happens.
That distress call wasn't for me.
Now, for those of you that don't know, that is Sloan. She was the main NPC vendor, kind of head of the planet of Titan. She's got a bit of a change, and you'll notice her right hand both calves, and then probably I think the right leg. Basically, if you kind of draw a diagonal line across her body from top left to bottom right, it's gonna kind of be, it looks like, because it looks like her left hand is fine. Head looks fine still. She's going through some stuff you'll see later in the trailer. You know, I'm actually surprised anybody else mentioned Deep Star 6. It's kind of a like a horror underwater scary movie, which probably freaked some people out, but Abyss meets Deep Star 6 seems like what I was thinking for underwater stuff. But yeah, Deep Star 6, not a nice movie. Abyss, very cool movie. Anyway.
It was for her.
So that, I'm going to back it up a little bit, is huge.
It was for her.
So that's the distress call for the big giant eyeball, which is the Leviathan fish in the water. You can actually see, like, it's pretty cool looking. I love the idea of this thing that's just like massive underwater sea creature. And I actually really like the idea that we're helping it. So that's kind of cool too.
She knows our...
Now, here's the front side of the armor. Titan in the middle, Warlock on the left. Probably one of the leaner looking Warlock ones because it's not so much like a robe around you. Still looks like you can actually see your pants, which is probably rare. And then just the couple hanging strands out the back. It's probably the most minimalistic Warlock armor I've seen. Hunter on the right, kind of similar. Helm kind of looks cool. Looks like a big sunshade. So I'm just trying to give you guys a shot of those.
True enemy. The Witness.
Then it's just a matter of, well, diving into the depths of the methane sea and dredging up what Sloan needs.
That, for those of you who recognize it, is Spare Rations, a very, very, very sought after hand cannon by a lot of people for a god roll. Now, it's an older gun, but it still always felt good. So I would imagine if you can get some good perks on this thing, it's going to be probably a popular weapon again for PvP. For those who like hand cannons, I think it's a 140. It's not a 180 because I know I didn't hate it, and I'm just not a 180 fan. But yeah, if you get the right perks on this thing, does feel pretty good. Always just felt solid. So if it comes back in a similar way, that'll be cool. All right, so this, hold on, let me let it buffer again.
Sloan needs.
All right, so you're gonna get a little rundown of some of the like jellyfish looking. These are the season pass ornaments. This is the Titan ornament set first, and this is also the sniper. I can't quite figure out what sniper is. Not gonna take too long once we get in game. Does have different perks on it because I do believe it's going to do stasis because it does it at some point in the shot. Probably going to have a new origin trait. That is correct. And then let's see here. Oh, it was a 150. Sorry. It's probably going to be a 140 now. So that's the Titan armor. As we pan through, that's the shotgun. Can't quite figure it out. Somebody I know will know. I will tell you for the hunter armor, the helm may be separate, but the cloak looks so cool. I gotta be honest. Like that cloak, the way the jellyfish just like hanging off the back of your head, I think it actually looks awesome. I know maybe not everybody, but I think that one actually looks pretty cool. See, there's the buffering. It's like if I go slow long enough, it doesn't really like it. So somebody mentioned shotgun could be the last man standing. I'm sure some of you guys will comment below that that's probably it. Now, Warlock here on the left. Holden SMG does have the taken skin on it. Not entirely sure the model. Some of the guys in chat are really good at this, so that's actually fun. Warlock also looks cool. I love kind of the drapery of the robe off the leg, but you've got good arm gauntlets. The helm actually looks pretty cool. I like the ornaments, just because they're very different. Sometimes the ornaments kind of good, kind of bad, kind of stand out. Some are unique. These just look so different because they're underwater related. Sorry, I feel like my nose is whistling. Sinus surgery like 2 weeks ago, but yeah, normally pretty clean. And then we've got a pulse rifle, which somebody mentioned was Outlast. And I think if I look it up real quick, I just want to see if... Outlast pulse rifle. Yeah, so that's the model. If you go look it up, probably with a taken skin, because you can see like on the front, it's got the barrel in the middle, but it's got kind of like the metal piping kind of support structure around it. And not a lot look like that. So that's a very good call on that one. So that's what that one is. Yeah. Somebody in chat also mentioned if the armor takes shaders. Well, that'll be really interesting to mess with. overall, I'm kind of digging them. Both ornaments, very unique, clean aspects for those kind of like aqua suits, but then also very distinct and different ocean life season pass armor. Kind of digging them both.
Make this dive count.
Okay, this is like a frame where I've got to do it before I blind you. So, that is a strand sword because it is green, and it is a vortex sword because they're doing the circles. So if you get a vortex sword and you get something like maybe hatchling where rapid kills get threadlings, that could be interesting. If you get like relentless for your quick hits, make a hatchling. If you do your vortex swing, could be fun. I'm digging it. Here, I'll play that again a little bit better. I'll play it one time fully in the end just so you guys can see that.
Fire team, make this dive count.
All right, now we get into... See, doesn't the hunter just look cool back there? So again, their spare ration's kind of a long barrel hand cannon. Some said 140, or 150, but probably going to come back as a 140. But again, look how clean the Warlock actually looks. It's very rare that there's not a lot of, you know, the robes. Everybody jokes about the dresses, but they're usually longer, bigger, and flowier. That is a very tight suit, so if that's what you're going for, definitely a unique look to it. You got like almost the marine water suit like gloves on it. Kind of cool looking. I'm digging it. All right, so here, sniper rifle I was talking about, you'll see Stasis. Now, I can't figure out why that thing explodes so much. I don't know if it's like chromatic fire or what. That could be it, honestly, but it's a hunter doing it, so I still don't think that's right. Now, back here, we have what looks like a purple projection. Everybody in my chat thinks this is a finisher because it's like this shoulder-mounted, what looks like a projectile, but then it's like goes to a big flash. So either one of two things. It's a weird rocket launcher that kills you, which seems odd, but it also looks like it almost like vaporizes out of their hand. So I think it's going to be a finisher, but it's like a point-blank rocket launcher, but it's a lot of flare for a finisher, so I'm still not sure what's happening here. General consensus, though, probably a finisher.
Remind them we're not in danger.
Now, that looks like an auto rifle to you, me, and everybody else in my chat. But continuous fire. It's like one big slug that is going to kind of like pop out, cause a big explosion. You guys can't see it, sorry. But also blinds because that thing is sitting over their head. So either seasonal exotic from either a quest from the season pass, we'll have to see, but I'll give you guys another playthrough of it. Just like an auto rifle loads up. It's like a jolting electric blinding shot, maybe. All right, so not sure where that exotic will come from, but definitely is going to be some kind of exotic. This is going to be all of your PlayStation stuff. Now, just to clarify, this is the PlayStation partnership. These are not PlayStation exclusive in any way. They are available on all platforms. It's on the Eververse. Of course, you can buy it all. So, on the right, we've got the Hunter with the Ghost of Tsushima armor. Love, like, everything that's going on here. The Ghost of Tsushima armor looks awesome. The mask alone is probably worth the purchase. But the finisher, emote, whatever it's going to be here with the big giant sword, just badass, no question about it. I love that whole look and style. And the giant sword that's like the size of your body if you played Ghost of Tsushima. I forget the name of the sword. They're massive, though. They're like bigger than, like, they're longer. They're probably longer than 6 feet if they're not 6 feet tall, but they're huge. Fun to use, but I love that they picked that one. In the middle, we've got the Titan with God of War. So that's going to be the Blades of Chaos that you'll see kind of come over the top in this emote. So you got the rope, the blade sitting at the end, God of War armor. On the left, we've got, sorry, the Warlock is Ghost of Tsushima, my fault. So Lord Cognito is happy. And then on the left, we have the Hunter, which makes sense, with the bow. That is going to be Aloy. That's going to be Horizon Zero Dawn. Very cool looking set there. And it looks like a kind of bow, emote, or finisher kind of thing here. But the Titan here and God of War in the middle, gonna do a little smashing. Like, the Warlocks just got awesome sauce right here. You guys did well. Now, this is probably going to be your 6 or 3-person activity. I don't think they're showing the... It's hard to know if they're showing the dungeon here at all. It really is until we get in there. I could just kind of speculate. But honestly, I think they like to keep some of that stuff close to their chest. And I don't know if they're going to lean into a dungeon that's so thematically close. Because picture the dungeon we got for Season of the Seraph. It kind of made sense. Like, we had a little bit of Mars, but it was Mars. And Season of the Seraph was not. It was very space related. So they could go a completely separate direction. We'll have to see. That's why I don't think a lot of this is showing the dungeon, but that's my speculation here. The upcoming shots I'm going to try and pause on are 3 shots of the armor, so you can see them kind of side by side. And without buffering is going to be the tough part. So let me see if I can time it right. Okay, so Hunters are first. So this is like seasonal armor on the right of this one. Season pass ornaments on the left. So 100% spare rations on the left. That is exactly what that gun is. So people will be happy that's coming back. You got the ornaments. I love the whole like draped jellyfish. I'm sure some people are going to make it look like lettuce if they put the right shader on there. Going to be kind of funny, but I will be curious how that pays out. So that looks funny. And then you got they're pretty like clean aesthetically. If you're using them for any certain build, a lot of the seasonal ornaments are pretty clean. All right, so then. Okay, here, Warlock. Very much covered in it. So a lot of stuff going on. The helm actually looks cool because it's got like this split in kind of the jellyfish, but the big collar to it. I think there are going to be some cool stuff that you can do with these. I like the aesthetics of them. Let's say that. Now here, it went a little pixelated. Sorry. Titans. Titans have less of the aesthetic, I think, on them. You got the shoulder drapes, you got the butt towel, and a sash going on, but a lot of gold. A lot of shiny going on for the Titans on that one. So it's a bit flamboyant, a bit opulent, you could say, but not bad. So this is a shot of the weapon that I was talking about, the Outlast. This kind of nearly confirms it. And Titan on the right, the shoulder pads with those little tubes is weird, but kind of okay. Maybe I'll see how those look in-game, but not bad overall. Now this last shot, I'm just going to play once. All right, so she might be having a rough day here. So there's some taking involved. So legs, mostly right arm. Sorry, a little pause there. So let's see. And that's what somebody in chat was like speculating. Maybe she's like pulling the taken like effects away from the big Leviathan to help it survive. Hard to know for sure, but story stuff will be interesting nonetheless. But that looks like her hand. That's her hair for sure. Got a couple shots. She's getting some of that takenness going on. So that is a lot of what's going on in the trailer. I know that's kind of a longer breakdown, but at this point I'm going to kind of play it through clean so you guys can see it. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you want to say hello, come find me on Twitch. I'll be streaming today for most of it. And then if you want to help support the channel, right now we're less than 800 subs away from 100,000. So if you're new and you enjoy the content, I got plenty more coming for you. Hit that subscribe button, hit the alert bell. I'll see you in the next one. But for now, enjoy the full playthrough.
Has moved beyond our reach. All attempts to follow it have failed.
To any Guardians listening, this is Deputy Committee Commander Sloan requesting emergency support.
I have Sloan's position as 1 kilometer down. Fire team, you're clear to descend. I am not leaving anyone behind again.
That distress call wasn't for me. It was for her. She knows our true enemy, the Witness.
then it's just a matter of, well, diving into the depths of the methane sea and dredging up what Sloan needs.
Fire team, make this dive count.
Remind them we're not in danger. We are the danger.
That's it, and that's kind of like the Leviathan eye symbol for the season. So you got the armor, Sloan, the Leviathan, and we'll see how this goes. So again, thank you guys, and come hang out online as we jump into the story live. See you soon.